Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Living with Cynn, an awakening, a remembering of who you are, a return back to self. This is a space for honest conversations, soulfully naked moments, and healing in real time, the kind that changes us from the inside out. I'm Cynn, and this is where the ripple begins. Hey everyone, I hope you're having a sensational day. I know that I am. Right now, I'm in Florence, Italy, and I must say there's a very different energy in Florence than in Rome. If you've been following me on Instagram or YouTube throughout this journey, I'm sure you can feel it too. You see, Rome is more like a city life. It's fast paced, it's very much alive, it's very busy, but still has moments of stillness. Florence is just still. It can feel boring at times, honestly. But I feel like God and the universe is putting me in these moments so that I can create and really tap in. While I was in Rome, I woke up at 3 a.m. with the vision of myself starting this podcast. This has been a dream of mine since the very beginning of wanting to start living with Cynn. And if you know me, you know that I've always been like, I want to start this podcast. I want to start. And guess what? We're doing it. So I'm going to give myself a pat on the back for fully tapping in and embodying who I am. But I knew in that moment that it was time, just seeing that vision. Every morning and every night before bed, I affirm who I am. And if you don't do this, I highly encourage it. In the morning and before bed, your brain is like in la la land. So basically, you're reprogramming your brain so that it's kind of like this. Like if you listen to a song and you wake up and the song's in your head, it's like that. So every day that you're affirming these things, you start embodying who it is. And I think it's a truly beautiful thing. And I feel like this right here is a perfect example of that. But yeah, it was definitely a moment that I was being called to step fully into this version of me. But I want to be real quick. When you hear the name Living with Cynn, it might make you pause. Let's be real. It almost makes you question, what kind of sin is she talking about? And this is where I want to explain. Sin, S-I-N, as we've come to know it, was an identity created to justify what we label as bad in our lives. And yes, I'm quoting bad, okay? And sin, my sin, was also an identity that was formed during a very low point in my life. I was working as a bartender, and I was going through a separation that eventually led to divorce. And I was absorbed into the lifestyle and energy of that bar. And I'm sure if you're a bartender, server, if you're in the industry, you can definitely relate to this, what I'm about to say. So yeah, I was absorbed into drugs. And yes, I was absorbed into alcohol. That environment changed my character without me even realizing it at first. I was in the wrong environment, wrong crowd, very low vibrational. And what I was absorbing every day at work, I began projecting it out into my life. At the time, I didn't fully understand my own energy versus everyone else's. Again, if you're in the industry, you can totally relate to this. Being around people all day long, you start to embody how they feel if you don't know how to protect your own energy. And to be honest, when I really think about it, this was something I struggled with my whole life until I didn't. Protect your energy. So when I say living with Cynn, I don't want you to hear Cynn, S-I-N, okay? I want you to hear freedom. Living with Cynn is about allowing yourself to live with the darker parts of you without letting them become your identity. It's about loving those parts of yourself, honestly. So you're no longer suffering from them. Because when you face yourself truthfully, you stop living in pain. You become free. And this is exactly what I had to do to embody who I am today. You see, I've already come back to myself. I've integrated what I needed to be integrated. And now I'm moving from a place of evolution. This podcast isn't about me having everything figured out. And honestly, it's not even my job. But it's about learning, expanding, and experiencing life together from a place of freedom, awareness, and the choices that we make. I manifested traveling the world to discover deeper parts of myself, not because I was broken, but because I was ready for more, ready to live fully, ready to evolve, ready to guide from experience, not pain. Living with Cynn is about remembering who you are beneath the labels. It's about choosing yourself. It's about freedom, healing hearts, opening minds, one ripple at a time.